Hey, it's David Marcantonio. Welcome to another episode of GTA BIZ. We're here at the Best Media Studios here in Toronto with our guest David Gagner. Pleasure
to
see you and meet you. For those of you that are just joining us for the first time, every week we have a different business come on our show to show their expertise or share their expertise on how they've grown their business, the challenges that they've had, and then the success that they got out of it. We got David here. David runs Platinum Edge Recruitment. What is Platinum Edge Recruitment?
Platinum Edge Recruitment is what I like to term a boutique recruitment firm as opposed to a big box. And I'm COO. I don't like titles, so I changed it to Chief Optimist Officer. But Mary Stefanak is the owner of Platinum Edge. I've known Mary for almost 20 years. Personally, started in 2005. And, kudos out there, especially to women independent business owners. Made it in a really tough market and surviving and thriving today. So we're a boutique firm that specializes in what I call the fit as opposed to a number.
Awesome. Take us on how, and you mentioned a couple things on how different you are, but elaborate how much more different you are than those other recruitment companies that are out there.
Sure. If you look at the base world of recruitment, and when someone says to you, oh, hey, David, are you interested in a recruitment firm? It's like a bad taste comes up in a lot of people's mouths. And quite frankly, the industry has justified that. We have what I call big boxes, and I mentioned that in my earlier statement. I would say big box defined as volume in numbers, like a Costco or a Walmart. Lots of volume, low price, lots of volume. And the big boxes need to pay for that 20th floor in downtown Toronto that has that lovely 8x10 wall with that picture on it, and the only reason it's there is because they had to fill the wall. They just have to do volume. So that volume creates a scenario where should you be a potential candidate looking for a new role, they may really like you or want to get to know you, that person that's representing you, but they just don't have the time. They don't have the time, they don't have the bandwidth, they have to get a quota. They don't hit the quota, they're out in the street. Where Platinum Edge differs is everyone that is at Platinum Edge is there on their own for, what's the right term I'm looking for? They're there because they choose they want to be. They've all been in the corporate world at some point in time. They've chosen to say, no, I want to make a difference somewhere else. So at Platinum Edge, we choose our customers like they choose us. I understand their feelings for big boxes because it ends up being we're going to throw as many resumes at you as we possibly can, and hopefully something's going to hit. And at the end of the day, the client gets confused or frustrated. You get candidates sitting across from a client that really shouldn't be there. And a client sitting across from the candidate going, he or she seems very nice, but they're not a fit. Why are they here? The candidates say, wow, they seem really nice as well, but I wouldn't want to work here. So I get it when I talk to my potential clients or my current clients. They understand that we work on the fit. Every single candidate we meet is gone through with a fine-tooth comb. We meet them in person. We do a profile on them. My clients provide us a job description, which is lovely. I appreciate a job description, but in many cases, the HR person is not the hiring manager. So who are they reporting to? Platinum Edge's world is very simple. We treat our customers like family. We treat the candidates like family. I would argue the only downside to working at Platinum Edge or a firm would be that you get to meet some really, really nice people. Have families, husbands, wives, significant others, children. They just want to go to work somewhere where they feel valued, where what they do counts in a day. And I might have one role at a client, and I meet many good people. I can only get that one person that role. The other ones are just as important, they're just not the right fit for that role. So that's the only downside that I would say for me. I had to struggle with that, but as far as problems go, that's a good one.
How do you attract the right talent for your client?
Yep, good question. Like anyone else, we have a lot of tools in our tool bag. I have a large network. Ironically enough, people in our office have different backgrounds, so we reach out and put the word out to the network. We use other tools, the software tools as well. We meet candidates quite often that'll come in and are looking for something new. They're wanting to know what the next step is for them. We do career coaching and counseling as well. We keep them on file. What are you looking for? You start building a database of people, but you keep track of them. As I said earlier, let's say I had a client and you, David, were the right person to start the job. I may have two others that are amazing people, but just not the right fit. I just don't disassociate myself. I keep in touch. I keep an eye. The industry today is moving, especially with the big boxes, because of the concerns clients have. They don't want to deal with recruitment firms because of the bad reputation. So they're doing what's called industry specific. All we do is engineering. All we do is HR, which in today's world is very diversified. All we do is sales. So our clients are calling 3 or 4 or 5 companies. It's ridiculous. Platinum Edge is not industry specific, we're client centric. So our logic is this. If I sit down with you, I meet you and your team, I want to know everything about you, what your vision is, what your culture is, and I let you understand that there's only 2 reasons that someone is going to stay with your company with a long tenure. Very simple, and it's not money. If the money's not there, they're going to not want to be working with you in the first place. One is when that person comes in every day, they feel like they make a difference. What they do counts. It's not like fireworks and rose-colored glasses all day, but even in a small part, when they leave, they said, yeah, I'm needed by the company. What I did mattered today. I count. That's called self-gratification. And there's nothing wrong with that. You need to have self-gratification at work. The second is that people will work very well with certain management styles and not so well with others. I've met people that like to be micromanaged. I don't. I'm an extrovert. That's just how it is. The people that will have long tenure, A, feel that they matter, and B, ironically report to a management style that they work best with. The only way to figure out what that is I need to understand my client. Now, you can appreciate with bigger clients, the sales department might be very successful with a certain management style. HR, a different management style. Distribution, yet a different. In the plant manager may have a different style. They're all working a symbiotic relationship, but totally different. If I understand what each style is and who that person is looking for, I can best find who it is. So the bottom line for us is we attract our talent in a variety of ways. He said, she said, we get out there, we use a variety of tools, we interview them each individually. For us, I could have 10 resumes identical, and they're lovely, but they're a piece of paper that's got a crunched down, compressed history of where someone has been, what they're all about. By sitting down with them, I can figure out who it is they are. So of those 10, maybe 2, only 2, will be sent into my client. Why? Because I respect my client's time and their effort. They're taking time out of their day. So that when they're done, when I send someone in, they know that that person has been vetted, they're the right personality, right fit that I feel they are. We also do an analysis on them. In other words, you don't look at resumes every day. I do. I'm trained to pull things out of them. All those questions that you may have or may not even thought of, I write down. If you like to do behavioral questions, your industry is unique. What things would I be asking a person in your world that if they really knew what they're talking about would be able to answer? I add that in. I provide you as much information as possible so when you do spend your time, it's a meat and potatoes conversation. If I'd have missed the mark, then I have the right to go, well, what did I do here? What did I miss? That's how we work.
Thanks for sharing that. It's awesome. You mentioned your clients are contacting 3 to 4 companies. Do you advise your clients not to contact them? Like, are you working with your clients just, you want them to just work with you, or it's okay that they contact 3 to 4 companies?
Our clients can do what they wish to do. We are a little different in that world. Where you're kind of moving towards is contingency versus retained. Maybe I'm too old. I have less of a filter. We're very, very good at what we do. I'm very proud of our team. But I won't be a trout at a trout farm. I just won't. I'm not willing to fight over 6 pieces of food. That's called contingency. So where that is in our industry, and you're probably familiar with it, a client will reach out 4 or 5 different companies, and they're all working on the same piece of food at the same time. I don't have time and I don't have patience for it. If you want to get serious and you want to have someone who's going to sit down and really, really work with you, yeah, I want skin in the game. If I'm going to have my staff work with you, they're putting skin in the game. And in our world, there's very few salaries. It's 100% commission, and I don't have a problem with that. But I don't want to see someone after 3 weeks, client say, oh, gee, sorry, yeah, we decided not to. Or, oh, company ABC took that. Well, why work hard? You have no commitment to me, but I have commitment to you. So
this
we
model,
retained.
This model's been since 2005. You've had this model?
Yes.
Well, since then, eh?
Yeah. What's really interesting, we'll have clients that'll say, oh, we're retained. I said, yeah, kind of like a lawyer or an accountant, I guess, if you will. But what we have found historically is that candidates that know we're retained by a client to search get excited. We get a better quality candidate. And the reason is that they don't get phone calls for the same role from 5 other companies who don't want to tell them anything about the company that they're going to or the role. I tell them everything. I'm selfish, and I tell my clients that I am. I say I'm a very selfish person because I'm proud to work for you, and I feel like I'm a small little part of your success team. So when I speak about your company, I speak with pride that they're a Platinum Edge client, and only the best are going to get through.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Company culture. I believe it's a big thing, right? And having the right person for the right culture. They may have the right skills for that job, but if they don't fit within the culture, chances are, those skills won't work.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
And you hit the nail on the head there, David. You really have. You have to be passionate about what you do. People walk in to Platinum Edge and they see, ironically, our colors in our office are the same as yours. It's intentional. They're warmer. They're more appealing. Glass is half full. But to the culture, that's by understanding who my client is. Again, most companies just get a job description. That doesn't tell you who the company is. Everybody has their vision on their website and all the stuff that they say is happening, but the reality is it may not be true. I want to meet with my clients, get to know who my clients are. What's important, truly important to them? What do their employees think? Why are they staying a long time? Maybe they're having a high churn. Is it the employee or is it the company? So I want to work with them to help them out, to help coach. If I understand the culture, I can figure out who it is that's going to fit. It harkens back to I could have 10 resumes, but 2 are the fit. The reason they're the fit is I know they're going to work well with you, David. They're going to work well with your team. They're going to hit the ground running faster than a normal person would. So you have your hard skills and your soft skills. People really focus on the hard skills, so they have to have this, and they have to have that, and okay, that's great, that's lovely. I can find that. I think sometimes it's harder to find the soft skill than it is the hard skill. The soft skills I would define as transferable skills. I remind clients that no, you don't necessarily have to have 5 years of HVAC experience to sell HVAC. What are your differentiators of your company? What is the business reason? What is the business solution? I come from a sales background. The more I understand that way, the better I'm able to help them. Transferable skills in sales from different areas. Engineering, there's probably there's a myriad. Chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, industrial engineering. Who in that world, what background do they need? So it allows me to pinpoint better work for them. Culture is huge.
Yeah. So you're not limited to any industry?
Nope. Yeah. No, and that's funny. It's kind of like my sales days. I have 25 plus years in sales and marketing. Ran Canadian operations for a very high-end IT firm at a young age. Don't even ask me how that happened. I just kept saying yes. But I was hungry. I wanted to learn, and I was with a company that afforded me that opportunity. So my background, I would always hear, oh, well, if you don't have IT experience, you can't sell it. Or if you don't have automobile experience, you can't sell it. No. I started consulting after the company was sold, and it was almost like an internal mandate. I would take on assignments, sales assignments and structuring assignments, and become part of the team where the team didn't know I was actually a consultant. They thought I was hired as a salesperson. And there's nothing out there. If you have passion for it and you believe in it, sales is an art. And you learn the business reason why someone would want to buy your solution versus the others. Your differentiators, what are your differentiators? And they're buying from you. When you walk into that door, you are the company. They're buying from you. Do they believe that if they call in an emergency, are you going to answer the phone? If they don't, they're not going to buy from you. And there's various ways to do that. I tell my clients, look, there are transferable skills that are massive that could also add to your team. Let's take that into consideration. So I try very hard. I follow my clients' instructions, what they need, what they're all about, but they see where I'm coming from because I'm fighting hard, because I'm selfish, and I'm a part of their success team. I want to see them do well. In the future, if the candidate's happy, they're excited, they come and say, you remember that day we got John or Jane here? Wow, let's go Platinum. And we build a relationship. We just don't let someone hired and walk away. We contact them. We keep in touch with them constantly. Yeah. How are you doing? How are things going? So yeah, we're very proud and we're very passionate about what we do. And our clients see it every day.
Awesome. So if you had to pick a couple industries that you guys are really good at filling, providing some great talent for, what would those industries be?
Recent, I'll give you a spread. We're very proud of the work that we do in the charitable industries out there. We do we've done a lot of work with Ronald McDonald House. Very proud of that. I don't even know if I can say that, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm very proud of it. There's several large charitable foundations that we work for and help out. We're very proud to do that because the perfect job is a job that you're passionate about, but you're actually giving back to the community at the same time. You're getting paid to do it. There's nothing better. To the far, far right, and we work with a large company west of Kitchener that does specific military gearing that we weren't able to place somebody because we wouldn't be able to find that person. Mm-hmm. Sure we did. And we find roles right through the senior vice president role to controller to skilled labor. And I get to learn all the time. Every day I'm learning. Tell me about your industry. It's exciting for me. Take me through a plant tour. What are they doing? What are they seeing? I get very pumped.
Yeah, this would be awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah. You get to see a lot of cool stuff. And people say, no, we're not going to be able to figure it out. Yeah. I will. Platinum Edge is a pit bull. We get that bone and we're not letting go. We will figure it out. We won't stop until our clients get it. We just don't go next. I think that, to me, that brings up another point because I had a new client actually just coming on board next week. I'm very proud of it. Their big thing was, other firms have walked away. And again, I don't have a filter. I said, the reason they walk away because it's not easy. You're not a quick hit. You're not helping make the quota that month. It may take me 2, 3, 4, 5 months, but I'll figure it out. I had a gentleman who came to us through referral. And again, charitable, heavy gearing, to a plumbing company. The gentleman started the company from scratch. Built it from scratch, 80, 90. I can't imagine how many hours this gentleman worked a week. But he exploded. And he was getting so busy, he didn't know what to do. He was getting so thin, he was translucent, the poor man. He said, David, I'm going to lose my marriage. If I have to go home. I said, what do you want? He said, I want me. I said, I can't find you. I can't find you. There's only one you. You're not even your kid is you. But what I can find are the skills and the mental thought process that you do. Is that fair? Great. I must have had 2, 3, 4 meetings. He took me through buildings that they did all the plumbing for. Never knew anything about it. It was amazing. I didn't know half the stuff is crazy. I said, it's going to take a while, but we'll find that person. And it took us, I think, 3, 4 months, and that person is ecstatic. They're working. They're loving it now. So they're happy. The person that wanted the job was looking for that role. So we put it together. So we have a variety. I'm willing to attack anything. It's exciting.
So what's the future look like for Platinum Edge?
I can tell you straight up, I've had a lot of great opportunities in my career. And I choose to be at Platinum Edge because I even make this mistake sometime and say I'm going home. I call Platinum Edge home. Everybody that works there does. I look forward to going in every week. I think the future is, and you've met a couple of our staff, they're younger.
Awesome.
They're awesome.
Great.
They're so exciting. And you know why they're with Platinum Edge? Because the last company that this person was with said that they spoke too loud and they were too exciting. And I said, the man upstairs doesn't make junk. That's your differentiator. You bring that excitement. And she brings that excitement, she and her bring that excitement to Platinum Edge. They're young, they're excited, the world's their oyster. You can't tell them, you can't say, no, you can't do that, because they're going, well, why can't I? And the answer is, there is no reason why you can't. So they're excited. So we're expanding. We're looking at growing further. We're very cautious. We still want to remain a boutique. But we're looking at expanding possibly to Woodbridge in the next year, farther west again. But our goal is to ensure they're always a boutique size. We don't want to become a big box. We want people to know Platinum Edge is the company that cares about them as a client, but we want our candidates to know we're not going away. We care about them equally, and we're not going to put them somewhere that they're not going to supposed to be. Simple as that.
Wow, amazing. Thanks for joining us today.
Dave, thank you so
shared
much
some
for having me.
Great information. I hope everybody got their pen and paper before the podcast started. But I want to tell everybody, make sure you watch this a few times over, jot down some notes, make sure that you use a recruitment firm out there that works for you. David, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Dave, so much
Thanks
for
for
having me.
coming.
It's been a pleasure being invited over. Thank you so much.